Hi everyone. Okay, so this is me for the third time now recording this video. It's a nice day, so all the neighbors have been outside on the porch talking and everything, which is totally understandable, but not very conducive to a relaxing video. So I will try again and hopefully it will work. Right now we're on the front porch at my boyfriend's house. We just had a delicious meal, which I will be making into a video, probably my next video. I'm also enjoying a delicious Dos Equis. I'm actually going to take a sip. And being eaten by mosquitoes. Okay, so in this box I have zinnias, which I have potted or I guess seeded. And I did this because the seeds I planted in the front yard all turned to crap. Because once I planted them, it started, mosquito. It started raining a lot, and it must have flooded the seeds out because they weren't planted very deep, so they have not grown. But these zinnias grow very quickly, and I have about half of these are giant zinnias, and the other half are regular zinnias, and I'm just going to plant them in the yard. My plan is to get, just a ton of them started, and then A, it will be easier just to see where I'm planting them, and B, I think they may actually turn out to be a lot prettier than what I planted originally. So I should also mention I've just meant to make a video from the front porch for a while. I've been making the videos in the backyard, in the garden, but I just keep forgetting. So if you've requested for me to do a video of the things on the front porch, this is me doing it now. So I hope you enjoy this. Okay, so one of the first things I have is this basil, which is Siam Queen Thai basil. Let's smell it. It's kind of like a licoricey smell, sort of like an anisey flavor, which is strange for basil. Next we have this amethyst basil, and the basil and I have a very love-hate relationship. This basil amethyst, we bought one at the farmer's market and planted it, and the very next day the frost came and killed it. So we went to another farmer's market recently and bought this basil along with a few other herbs and another purple basil. And as you can see, this one I think is dead. And I would attribute that to the fact that we just went out of town for a few days, and I am not confident that the people that we asked to take care of the plants did take care of the plants. So I don't know what it is about amethyst basil that's especially sensitive to water or light or whatever, but it has not done well, so I'll probably plant something else there soon. Okay, we also have the lemon basil, which, as you can see, is very, very tall. And I don't know if you know this or not, but, or maybe you can see it. Basil grows buds on the top, just like most flowering plants. It gets a little bud on the top, and if you pinch off the bud, it will grow thicker instead of taller. So that's what I've always heard, and that's what I usually do. This one, maybe you can see, had like a purple bud, which I pinched off earlier. Okay, we also have, oh wait, where's my marker for this one? Oh, this one's the lemon basil. This one is regular basil, and as you can see, it has really large, beautiful leaves. So regular basil, lemon basil. I also used kind of like fat chopsticks to tie them up, because they tend to get very heavy and droop. So I used some kitchen string and chopsticks, and that has worked very well. I also have on the end the chives, and these are so great. You can use them in all kinds of stuff. I like to use them in dip, so those have done very well. Okay, now we're going to take you to the other side of the porch. And we have another purple Thai basil, and this one has done a lot better, as you can see. I also planted thyme, sage, and you can see there's 2 little sages coming up, and oregano, which has not sprouted yet, but hopefully it will soon. And then the last thing I wanted to mention, someone asked me what kind of potting mix I use, and then it's Jolly Gardener potting mix with plant food. It wasn't very expensive. I'm not sure where I got it, but you can get it like any store with a gardening section. And I didn't put this in the garden. I actually just tilled up the dirt, the natural dirt in the garden, and I used the potting soil for the little pots that I planted things in that wouldn't fit in the garden. And it seems to be doing really well. But I tend to prefer just the natural soil in the garden because I think the people that lived here previously must have like composted or something, because the soil is really rich. And one thing I wanted to mention, I am so fed up. There's this rabbit that has been constantly digging up the garden, and I catch it every time I go down in the garden. It runs away, and it's been digging and digging and digging in the tomato plants, and it's almost gotten to the root. So I found online at Home Depot, there's this like rabbit repellent stuff that you can buy, and I'm going to get it tomorrow. I love rabbits. It won't kill the rabbit, it just will repel it. And it's just unfortunate because rabbits are so cute and cuddly, and now I am becoming, I think bad thoughts about rabbits. So hopefully in the next day I'll get this repellent, and that will fix that. I also, this is so disgusting, but I was in the garden today trying to cover up some of the spots the rabbit had dug out, and I saw what looked kind of like caramel or something in the dirt, and I thought, oh, well, this is a fungus or something, so I was messing with it, and it got all over my hands. So I finished recovering the hole, and I smelled my hand, and it was so sick, I almost threw up. I think it was rabbit poop in the ground, which I didn't know rabbits buried their poop. It very well could be the cat, but it did not look like anything I have ever seen. It was so disgusting. So I especially now am hell-bent to keep any vermin out of the garden. And I was joking that I feel kind of like Mr. McGregor in Peter Rabbit, or Peter Cottontail, whichever you prefer. I feel kind of like that is the relationship that's forming between me and this rabbit. So I'll keep you guys updated on what happens, and I hope you enjoy this video, and I'll talk to you soon. And there's someone recycling. Goodbye.